Good morning. Spring's here. Yeah, spring has come to Minnesota. Yeah, we had a pretty cold winter, but you know, right now it's pretty nice. You might have to wear a coat and a hat, but hey, I'm going to go out and find some railroad history. That's right. I'm going to get out of here for a little bit. I'm going to go out to Wanamingo, Minnesota. The Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul Railroad put in the line there in 1903. And then they built the depot in 1904. And all of it's gone. If you drove through Wanamingo today, you wouldn't even know it was there. But the depot survived. That's right. It was moved. So we're going to go out and see if we can find where the tracks were, and then I'll bring you out to see that depot. So let's get to it. This is old Wanamingo, established 1857. This sign was put here by the Goodhue County Historical Society. It actually represents a ghost town because Wanamingo was here at one time, but is no longer here. And it's one of those stories about the railroad coming in. And the railroad came in 1903. And for some reason, I guess they didn't like the lay of the land or something. Something went on because they decided to move the town a mile east. So in 1903, when the railroad came in, they plotted the new town of Wanamingo. And in 1904, they built the depot that we're going to be talking about today. And then from then the town grew, and then this one eventually died out. And I just wanted to make that reference because it's kind of cool for railroad history. So now we're going to go into town and we're going to see if we can find out, kind of the exact place that depot was. And then from there, we'll head out to see the depot because the depot was moved in 1970. And it's no longer in town. But it survived, and it's a really cool-looking depot. So when we go out looking for our past railroad history to find the old railroad beds and stuff, we use a series of different things. Before we leave home, we'll try to see if we can find a particular town on the Sanborn insurance maps. And if we can't find something on the insurance maps, or if we do, we'll take that and then we'll go to the, in this case, the Goodhue County plat book maps. And this map here is in I think it's 1933, but don't quote me. And I put it up just to use it as a fast example. At this point, you can see the railroad line in here. And it's already changed its name from the Chicago, Milwaukee St. Paul to Chicago, Milwaukee St. Paul and Pacific Railroad. So, and this is Wanamingo here. Wanamingo's in two separate townships. And I'm just going to show you a little bit here. So you can see you can see this railroad line going through here. So we use this a lot when we're out and about. The next map we use is, yep, Google Map is your friend. Well, I'm not sure if it's your friend or not, but we use this a lot too. And again, before we even leave home, because it does give you an idea where things are. So today I'm going to be looking for the railroad line, because I need to know where the railroad line is to know where the depot is. And this is a map of Wanamingo. So I'm thinking that this railroad line ran through here, making its curve around, and then coming down through here and out. That's where I think this railroad line is. So when you use these maps, it's like playing connect the dots. So I'm thinking this railroad line at this point is running through here. That's where I think it is. So from here, where is it going? So I'm going to move the map. And now I've got to look at something. And I'm thinking right in here, see this little, right in here, see this little shaded area? And then there's something going on here. Right in here, there's something going on. You can see the land. So I'm thinking that this railroad's coming in from this point, maybe in this grassy area here, and then coming up around and making its turn. So let's follow this out a little bit and see if we can find any more. So I'll pull the map up. Okay, so here's where I'm thinking that railroad is. I mean, you're looking and something doesn't look right in the land. There's something real faint over here. Now this area here, right in here, I mean, it looks a little different for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. So we'll follow that around over here. Now I don't see a thing. I've lost it. Let's see. I picked it up again. I scanned out a little bit. Okay. So here's where I'm at. Come on, move, map. Here's where I'm at. That there looks like it's something. See that? That's got to be the railroad bed coming through here. And then it's winding around this. This is that Spring Creek. It's coming in and it's winding around this Spring Creek. See that? It looks different. See that? Over here. Excuse me. So we're right in here. Now we're coming down in this way, and I don't know, there's something going on here, but I can't tell what it is. Now I'm looking at this, and this part here for sure looks like a railroad bed. There's a driveway to someone's driveway, and it runs down this way. Okay, it's running down this way like this. So now I see something over here too. So let's just do a zoom in here and see where we're at. See how this looks kind of different? Follow that around. It's coming down this way. Now let's zoom in on this. Okay, that's an old railroad trestle that's going over Spring Creek. And, you know, at least it was there when they made the satellite maps. But you have to remember now that this is private property here. If someone owns this property, it's either private property or it's Minnesota state property, because Minnesota's been buying up a lot of this land for bike trails and nature trails, but this one is I know for a fact is on private property, so you know there's no way I could go back in there and video that unless I was to get permission from the landowner. So let's go back and find Wanamingo again. See how we're following that? See that? How you can see something? There we go. Wanamingo. So here's what we're looking at right here. Kind of going through here. Here it is, you're picking it up. Here it is, you're picking it up over here again. So now, let's go back up and look at this map on the east side. We went west, now we're going to go to the east and follow this through. This is kind of where I think everything is. And now I'm going to look at this map. And I don't know, it looks like something's going on here. Something through here, but I can't tell what it is. Here's something here. I'm thinking that's somebody's driveway. There's the house. There's something here. Can't tell exactly what that is. It's kind of something kind of faint in through this area here. Okay, so now I see it over. Now I see it over here. Here it is. So now let's play connect the dots. So I'm thinking this is railroad bed here. It's coming out. Here's kind of something that's just not quite right on the land, and you follow it. And now we don't see it anymore. You know, we don't see it, but oh, there it is. That's railroad bed there. And that's all railroad bed. See that? It just looks like it's not supposed to be there, right? Now we'll look up this way. I'm not sure if there's anything here or not. I think the farmer did an excellent job of erasing the railroad bed, because you have to remember that's what they did. They returned all of these back to field. So if they really did a good job in leveling it off, you won't see it much. But let's follow that. Here's our dot again. Now let's follow that up because it's on a turn. And there we are, 135th Avenue. All right. That's, don't see on this side, you don't see much, but right here, that's railroad bed again. That is really dominant. Look at that. You can't miss it. Let's follow this up a ways. See how close it is to the Zumbro River? I just love doing this stuff. Yeah. As long as we can see it, let's follow it up and see where it's going. There's something here. I don't know what that is. Yeah, look at that. Boy. I would like to get in there and see that. That's an old railroad trestle there. Yep. See it? Isn't that cool? Let's see if we can follow this a little further. It's a little faint, but it's up in that area. Oops. Yeah, here it is. There's that, what I thought was that railroad trestle. Now here you're kind of losing it a little bit, but yeah, it's going. There it is again. Here you go. It's crossing by that Shades of Sherwood Park, and there it is. It's going up this way. Wow, look at how we can follow this. There we go. Here we go. Look at it's making a turn. See that? Now we're going to lose it in here. So we'd have to go back out here, and we'd have to pick it up again in order to connect more dots. So let's go back to Wanamingo. And there we are. So we're going to concentrate in this area, and I have another map I'm going to use. So that's a plot plan or a plot map of Wanamingo itself, and we'll use that next and see what we can come up with. So this is a plat map here of Wanamingo and the railroad going through. So you're probably trying to figure out how I figured where I should be standing to do this. So I'll show you this old plat map here. This is, you'll notice I referenced 2nd Street because it's a dominant street. You can see it here. This is 2nd Street. This is Main Street running through Wanamingo. And this line here that you see represents the main line of the railroad. And then there's a line up here. This is the spur that goes behind the main line if you're looking at it from town. Here's the depot right here in between the two lines. So to figure out where to stand, you'll notice there's a reference line here. See that line? It follows the back end of the plat, this block. These are called blocks. You got block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. We're on block 2. So you can see where the street starts on block 5, between 2 and 5. There's a dominant street there. At the end of block 2, there isn't a dominant street drawn in, but you can see this little line here, and that's Railroad Avenue. Railroad Street it's called here on this. Alright? But notice this reference line that's drawn in here. And it goes across, here it is again. So at this point, from this reference line, which I'm thinking is the curb on this block, from that point it's 100 feet to the main line. It's 200 feet from the main line to the end of the easement for the railroad. So this is the railroad easement here. It's 300 feet total. So I'm going to follow this reference line over here. And at this point, it's telling me that it's 123 feet from this point to the main line. So that's the 123 feet that I paced off in order to figure out where this main line was. If you look over here, here it's showing you 100 feet to the main line. And that's you know, your arc that's coming across here from the railroad.
Tony's trying to figure out how many strides he has to take and then do the math. Okay, there he goes.
So I'm down in Wanamingo, and I had looked at these old plot maps and everything, and 2nd Street is up this way behind the camera. I'll show you. That's 2nd Street is over there on the corner. You can see that kind of reddish orangish brick there. That's 2nd Street. So I'm on what's Railroad Avenue now. That's this street here. And the fire department's right across the street there. And that's Railroad Avenue right along the fire department there. So looking at all these, this is the end of the plot right here at this corner where I'm standing. And there's, from where I'm standing here at the corner, give or take a few feet here, but it's 123 feet to the railroad track. So I'm just going to pace that off and see where I wind up. So now I'm on where that back spur should have went. So I guess actually, if I did everything right, that depot should have been sitting right about there on that corner. Give or take, 5 or 6 feet. I don't think I could be that far off, but at least I know where that depot was sitting. I think that's pretty cool to follow that kind of history. So I'm at the end of Mill Street, and I'm looking down into the woods here. It's going downhill, and this has all been, changed for the drainage system that's running through town and everything. And across, when you see that dip, I see what looks like an old railroad bed over there, and I'm sure that's what it is. I've been following this railroad bed here west from where the depot was. So that's got to be a railroad bed, and even the height of it looks right compared to the street where I'm standing now. So that's where that mound is. That looks to me like the old railroad bed on the other side of that little ravine. And if I swing around here, this grassy area next to these trees is where I believe the railroad bed was, making its way into Wanamingo on that arc. Because you have to remember, it was running around town. There was an arc to it. It wasn't coming straight into town. That looks interesting. That would be on the way to Zimbrota. I mean, this is the kind of things you look for when you're in a field or in a woods. They used to, build up the railroad beds in order to make a more flat route. So I don't know if this is someone's driveway or if it's someone's driveway that was put on the old railroad bed, but this sure is the route that the railroad was going on. And then there's a section of new homes back there, and there's nothing back there because I drove in there, but you can definitely see the tree line along the river, and I know the railroad was in there. That's where it shows it on my maps. But I'll leave it up to the Wanamingo people to figure out if this was a railroad bed or if somebody, really put a mound here for his driveway. I don't know. So this is being restored, and it's like a community center here, and they've got a little kitchen they put in here. But you can see that, all the windows, if you looked at the glass, I don't know if I can pan in on that or not, but you can actually see the ripples in the old glass. I think that's pretty cool. And then if you look at the ceilings, you've got original ceilings in here, original walls. And the floor is original. I suppose you wouldn't see a fireplace in a train station, but hey, this is a community building now, so it fits right in. Here's the doors. Let's see if I can get rid of these windows. There's some advertising. That's kind of cool, hey? Razor blades. There's another one around here. That's cool, huh? How's that for kind of a wild-looking butcher shop? Hey? I might have to go in there and get a steak. Look at how cool this is for a butcher shop, hey? You ever seen anything like this? This is really cool. Look at that ceiling. This is awesome. Look at that door, would you? Is that cool or what? Well, you probably know by now I bought a steak. I gotta try it. Don't you just love that kind of history? I eat it up. Yep, that was a great day. Anyway, in a couple of minutes here, I'm going to be pretty busy, so I'll catch you on my next one. You have a great day. God bless you. Oh, that's good.